what we think was a very safe distance, and it was so unnecessary. And the thing we've been, of course, begging, not only Auburn, the city of Auburn, but also the SBI for, State Bureau of Investigation for now for going on pretty close to 3 months, is the footage of the Melissa Boarts shooting. And we say that if, in fact, it vindicated them or made them look good, they would have produced it to us a long time ago. And instead, they continue to refuse to deliver us this video footage. And I've given you copies of an online petition to the mayor of Auburn, Bill Ham Jr., which petition was originally crafted and drafted by the family here, talking about what happened. And Miss Melinda here is very electronically savvy, and she knew how to put this all together. I'm not so savvy, but we've got people now, over 44,000 supporters of this petition worldwide. It makes, of course, the city of Auburn, at the very least, and Alabama secondarily, look like the pits that they are looking like, the pits of justice, because we got people from all over this country, all over the world, saying to the Auburn mayor and police department, release the footage. I mean, if it doesn't, make you look bad, you should have released it a long time ago. And would ask the SBI to do the same, but they continue. The SBI, which I think tends to back up and support law enforcement, tends to support the city of Auburn's not releasing this information to us. We understand the SBI has completed its investigation and has turned over their package of investigation materials to the district attorney of Macon County. He's the same one who was the district attorney up in Tallapoosa, E. Paul Jones. He's actually district attorney for 3 counties, Chambers, Macon, and Tallapoosa. We have not been able to get any help from the district attorney's office either. And so we have asked you to come here to help, at least locally, get the message out that we got almost 45,000 people signed up worldwide. We think by the time this continues on, it's about every hour another 100 or more are signing up. And so if you do the arithmetic on that, it'll only be a matter of days before we have 100,000 signatures to this. And again, Auburn especially, and Alabama generally, look very bad the way we've handled it, or the way they've handled and responded to this case. So we're calling upon them again with your help. Now,
I think it's amazing because they know that it's uncalled for, and to know that actual people believe in us and believe that the justice system needs to be changed. There are good cops and there are bad cops, and these 2 cops, they're bad. And the bad cops know that they can continue killing people because the justice system, the courts, they're not going to punish them. They're going to say that it's justified because they fear for their lives, or that it was an accidental shooting. That's what they say in most cases. And until the court systems and citizens take action and start holding these bad officers that continually do this accountable, they're not going to stop because they know they get away with it. They need to be punished. An example needs to be set because the bad cops are making the good cops look bad because they continue to do this because they know they're not going to be punished.
I've gone over this 100 times, maybe 1,000 times in my mind, but I can't, personally, I can't understand how they feared for their safety to the point where they would use deadly force on my daughter when all she had was a small pocket knife. Being a correctional officer for 25 years, I was faced with that same situation, but never with a woman, always with a man, and I never had to hurt anybody or kill anybody. There's always another way to handle things, and these people here evidently chose the wrong thing. They used deadly force as a first measure to stop my daughter. That's not right.
And y'all had let them know that 911, all she had on her was a pocket.
Exactly. My wife talked with 911 for 44 minutes. We were on the phone with them for 44 minutes. My wife told the 911 operator exactly what was going on. Told her that to tell the police not to hurt our daughter. That she was just she was having a
and you were right there beside her, so you heard your wife.
Yeah, I was driving the car. My wife was sitting next to me. My other daughter
I was on the phone with
She
him.
was telling me where Melissa was going, and we were giving that to the 911 so the police could catch up with her. And when I first told my wife to go ahead and call the police, I asked her to ask them if they had a state trooper somewhere handy. Because I know state troopers are better trained, and that was what I was hoping for, but there wasn't one, so they called who they called, and my wife and I were within 500 feet of where the whole incident happened after she stopped her car and they did what they did. We weren't 500 feet from her. For 2 hours we sat there not knowing what had happened. We thought she wrecked. You know, I don't understand why they didn't, at least come to us and let us know what had happened.
Because they knew we were there. I mean, I wonder if they knew that Melissa was the only eyewitness, and if she would have survived, she could have talked. And it was off the interstate in a deserted area.
On a dirt road?
On a dirt road. And they knew we were at the beginning of the dirt road, and they knew we were there. So they knew that the only eyewitness, they had to let her die, because she would have talked. She would have told them what went on. And that way they couldn't fear for their life, fear for their safety, and be able just to walk away.
The lawsuit is still being fine-tuned and polished and honed, because we've decided we're going to file it in Macon County. There are reasons for that. We're dealing with issues of whether state law claims, federal law claims, and different things of that sort. That makes a difference, particularly on the issues of caps and things like that. So we should have that probably ready in another week or two. But I wanted to share this information. The family wanted me to share this information because we just think it's so outrageous, and to have the world focusing its attention now on Auburn like this. It's just amazing. In a way, they're enheartened and encouraged to know that people care about them around the world. But that they're disheartened to see how people in a town that's known for a sophisticated university, are just letting the town's image become more and more tarnished, and as it has been by the way this is handled. Now, if you have